Today on the channel, I hope to answer the question, truly find the answer to, what you gonna do, brother, when Hulkamania runs wild on you with the Ultimate Edition Target exclusive Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Ultimate unboxing and review. And today on the channel, Hulkamania running wild once again, this time with the Target exclusive Hollywood Hulk Hogan Ultimate Edition. But for all your Target exclusive needs, better head over to Target. But for all your other wrestling figure needs, make sure you hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. But in another plot twist, I actually got this one off of Mattel Creations. Yes, that Mattel Creations, home of Club Grayskull, Todd McFarlane. Yeah, I know, one of the fanciest clubs around. I wouldn't be invited in. No collar shirt today, but not just for Club Grayskull anymore. They're starting to have some store exclusives. We've seen a few things, I believe, from the Walmart exclusives. Now we're starting to see some of the Target exclusive stuff over on Mattel Creations. So gives another avenue for collectors to pick up things like this. And in this instance, beat Target to the punch, which I'm actually shocked by. Usually retailers, it's like a 30-day limited window, something like that. And I would have imagined Target would have said, hey, 30 days, I get the Hulkster exclusive. After that, it's fair game. Apparently Mattel had something worked out. So good for Mattel, good for us, good for me. However, had to spend about, I don't know, $5, $6 more getting this from Mattel over Target. Oh, those toys, they'll get you $6 at a time, apparently. But this should be hitting Target fairly soon. So pick your own poison, get it at Target, get a sale at Target, hopefully, or keep in tune to Mattel Creations as it has been going in and out of stock over the last couple of weeks. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And of course, we're going to dive into the Hulkster. We're going to do some comparisons of all the other Ultimate Hulksters later on in this very video. And of course, a lot of people are hulked out. I've been hulked out since the 80s, brother. But here we are. He keeps turning and burning and apparently making money for WWE and Mattel, whether we like it or not. Us Hulk Hogan haters, like most of the people watching this, we're still going to buy the stuff. We're still going to buy it. And of course, what can you say about the Hulkster? Well, you can say a lot about the Hulkster. And I just got a call from someone in the industry, my industry, grocery industry. How about that? In the grocery industry that said, hey, Kyle, I just found out the Hulkster's coming to my store. You want to come and hang with the Hulkster? I said, well, I already did. And I wore the Iron Sheik hoodie for that one. Maybe I'll wear this Sheik shirt for this one. So look to that, maybe a future video on the channel with Brother Hulk Hogan, and maybe we'll sit down at a table for a couple of minutes and we'll talk about the Ultimate Warrior. We'll talk about why the Hulkster's no good. I'll ask him the hard-hitting questions. That's what I'll do. So we'll see where that ends up going. But let's get back to the figure. We can save that for a future day. But there it is, Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania running wild in the packaging. We're used to these Target exclusive Ultimate packages by now. 3 heads for the Hulkster in this one as well. Title belt, extra hands, got the boas right there like a young superstar Billy Graham. Looking very good. Ultimate Edition, of course. Hollywood Hulk Hogan on the side. Hollywood Hulk Hogan on the side over here. And on the back, there he is. Got a glamour shot. We got the real shot. We got the blurb. We got the tail of the tape. Let's see what it says about Hollywood Hulk Hogan back here. Height, 6'7". Not anymore, that's for sure. Venice Beach, California. Finisher, that nasty leg drop. Just a nasty finisher, of course. Career highlights, WWE Champion, WCW Champion. Well, let me tell you something, brother. After Hollywood Hogan broke away from the NWO, he rediscovered his red and yellow roots thanks to the millions of Hulkamaniacs around the world. So what you gonna do when Hulkamania still runs wild on you? And it kind of reminds me of the time when I found my Swedish roots. Of course, coming from a long line of Swedes out there, I said, you know what? I'm gonna dive into this. I'm gonna eat some Swedish food. I'm gonna go to IKEA on the regular. And you can see how that's worked out with me with some of this stuff. Maybe, maybe not. who knows? But I will say, never been a big Hulkster fan, of course. He's always been there in my wrestling fandom. I get it. I know it. So he's always been around. And you don't have to like somebody to like watch him and stuff like that. Some people say, Kyle, you say you hate the Hulkster, but you buy his figures, you watch his matches and stuff. Well, I'm a wrestling fan. I'm a completist on this line. Say what you want about Hulk Hogan. I don't like everybody in wrestling, but I still buy their figures. You got to have it, especially when you're a kid. You got a fig fed going on. You got to have Hulk Hogan. Who's the Ultimate Warrior going to beat? You got to have him beat Hulk Hogan. That's the way it goes. But I will say, this era of the Hulkster, I probably liked the most. And I don't know if that was just kind of nostalgia, kind of taken over a little bit. He'd been up and down throughout the middle. He's been NWO, and then he came back in the red and yellow. Say what you want about it. I did enjoy this little era of the Hulkster there into the Mr. America, and I'm just bummed that Mr. America didn't keep going. I would like to see where that kept going too. Didn't happen for numerous reasons, of course, but that's the way the old cookie crumbles, as one may say. But it does say the immortal one, and Hulk still rules. Does he? Does he? I don't know. See you later. Goodbye. Plastic prison for the Hulkster, and he's locked up. He's locked down. He's got a lot going on in this package right here. Of course, got to pop those heads out of the Hulkster. Got to make them as different as possible. You guys know how that goes. Uh-oh, twist ties. I just powered through a twist tie. Yeah, I'm tough over here. I'm tough. I'll power through them sometimes. You just got to watch out. Always wild to me when they lock down the hands with twist ties, though. Are they really worried about... I guess they're really worried about him being disheveled inside the packaging is probably the real game there. But I don't know if they're worried. Somebody's going to steal those Hulk Hogan hands, brother. That's what's going to happen. Somebody's going to steal those bad boys. And we're going to be out of Hulkster hands. I think I can just power through this too. There we go. There we go. These aren't strong twist ties. These aren't McFarlane twist ties. Obviously, I can tell right here. Easy to power through. Or Todd, it'll rip your finger off if you're not careful, of course. Todd McFarlane from the couch, ladies and gentlemen. Not sure how much longer he's going to be here. You're going to stay here forever, I think. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But there it is. Plastic prison. See you later. Goodbye. Like a young Outback Jack throwing a boomerang around is what that's like right there. But we got the Hulkster out of the package, and I see some interesting stuff right off the bat, including a huge string right off the shirt. Luckily, I got this. I'm going to cut that out right there and throw that in the garbage. How about that? But let's get down to it. Let's start with the accessories like we always do. We'll work our way into Hulkamania, of course. And we got extra hands. So we got 2 gripping hands for the Hulkster out of the package. He's going to grip it. Maybe he'll rip it. Who knows what he'll be ripping. 2 fists of fury. Got to have them for the Hulkster, of course. Got the 2 splayed out hands, the cupping hands. He's going to give you one of those, I think, is what's going to go on. Maybe one of these as well. You never know what he might be up to, but you definitely know he's going to call somebody brother, and he's going to give you the what you going to do. You know that's coming. He's got 2 hands to do that if that is your thing. Beautiful hot dog tan. Rocking the hot dog tan right here. Somebody said, Kyle, when are you going to get the hot dog tan? And I said, we'll see how the summer goes. If I have to mow the yard a lot, if I have to do a lot of that stuff, we'll see if my hot dog gets darker and darker throughout the summer. But summer, knocking on the back door, of course. But now we got the title belt here, a classic title belt. Obviously not the Winged Eagle for me. Winged Eagle will always be the classic for me, but I always like this title for some reason. And when I think about this title belt, I do think of Hulk Hogan, I think of Brock Lesnar, and I also think of Eddie Guerrero. Those are the ones that pop into my head for whatever reason. There's always every title belt out there. If you're a longtime wrestling fan, you look at it and you say, hey, this reminds me of that guy. This reminds me of this gal, maybe in that instance. But this does remind me of Eddie, Brock, and of course the Hulkster is what I always think of with this title belt there. And I believe, wasn't Hulk Hogan was the last ever WWF champion before they went and got the F out, of course, and went to WWE, if I'm not mistaken, which is really kind of a nice little bookend and kind of a nice little history note, I will say. Now, we do get the Hollywood leather strap here, like a young Cody Rhodes here. Very cool strap on this. Of course, the weightlifter belt. We always have these with the Hulkster. Sometimes they're the Hulkster, sometimes they're NWO. A little bit different than we've got in the past. Class a lot better on these new ones, of course. Hollywood on the back. And it's always weird to me thinking of it as Hollywood Hulk Hogan, but in the yellow and red. I always think of NWO colors, but there was this brief moment in history where he was like this, as we do know as well. We do got the boas right here, yellow and red attack. We've seen these numerous times. Got to get the most out of your molds. We see that from Mattel. We say it all the time on the channel. It is the toy business. That's what they do. That's what they do. They get the most out of their molds. So we do got that going on. Now we're diving into the Hulkster, and let's start with these head sculpts on this one. I guess we'll start with the bandana first. Hulk still rules, brother. Whenever I see this Hulk still rules bandana, I think of that DVD set that was released around this time. Always think back to that, of course. And we got the smiling Hulkster here. He has quite the bulbous nose on this figure, I will say. Got that black beard going on with the blonde mustache, the old Fu Manchu looking good. Got that stringy white hair in the back, whitish yellow, I guess, balled up there on top. Hence the do-rag. You got to hide that away and protect yourself from the sun, of course. Hulkster got some good shining eyes right there. Got some teeth showing. That Tampa dental plan paying off for him, apparently. One thing I do not like, and your mileage may vary on this, but his eyebrows have like a yellow tint, like he almost bleached his eyebrows and then put them a little bit black. I don't know if that's supposed to be that way, but it looks like it is. Not a huge fan of that. That looks just a little weird, especially right in here where it's all yellowish. Not a huge fan of that. Once again, your mileage may vary. Let's see if these other ones have it here. Oh, yeah, they all seem to have that, so that's the way it's going. But we do got Hulk Hogan blowing the chimney down. That's what he's doing. He's blowing in something. He's blowing out the candles of his birthday cake. Not sure exactly what he's up to. He's probably giving somebody the, you know, what you gonna do, brother, type thing. What are you doing? But he's got that going on. I guess this is perfect for figure photographers out there. You want Hulk Hogan blowing out some birthday cake candles. You want him kissing a guy or kissing a gal or something. He could be doing that too. Maybe kissing the Ultimate Warrior's butt. He could be doing that as well. You never know, but an interesting Hulkster, a brand new head sculpt there. A moment in time, I would say, on that one, of course. And then the third and final head, this is grumpy old grandpa Hulk Hogan. He's grinning and bearing it. There was that picture that was floating around Mattel sent out to solicit this figure where it looked like he was just taking the toilet to the limits is what it looked like he was getting ready to do, and maybe that's what this is for. But showing those teeth once again, looking good. Not as yellowy in the eyebrows on this one, but an interesting head sculpt. So you do got two really interesting moment in time, kind of strange head sculpts, depending on the situation, or you do got one smiling normal one. So choose your own Hulk Hogan head adventure. And of course, there's been a lot of Hulk Hogan heads, and everybody loves head from Hulk Hogan, I'm sure. A lot of those we've had over the last couple of years. So you can always mix and match with these Ultimates, just showing that out there as well. Hulkamania shirt, of course, rips in the front. You can have the old Rip-a-Rooney right there if you want him to. Hulkamania in the classic red. On the back is still running wild. Like a young Judas Priest or the band Running Wild. Could be either, who knows. But shout out to Running Wild, of course. You do got the white wrist tape going on there. Talked about the gripping hands. Got the tie-dye tights down here. Always looking very good. Always like these tights here. I think I preferred Hulkster in the tights over the trunks. It's just different times of his era of his career. But I always liked these tie-dye trunks too. That was part of this era that I really liked. And I like the NWO versions as well with the little dash of blue. So I do like this going on there. He does got the knee brace here, which is a nice added effect. You got some red knee pads as well. Got the Hulkster boot down here with some flames going on. Hogan's picture on the side of the boots as well, looking very good. Not too shabby, all things considered. No paint imperfections or anything like that I can see. Got a little bit bigger torso on the Hulkster, of course. Got that hot dog tan. You got to have the hot dog tan, don't you? Arms all the way around for us. Butterfly shoulder. Double jointed pinless elbows. You know I'm here for that, along with a bicep cut. Hands removable back and forth, side to side. Head removable back and forth, side to side. Of course, the hula hoop up top, plus traditional waist articulation looking good. Drop down hips. Legs go up. You do got the thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. I can't see in here. Pinless knees. Oh yeah, pinless knees. Playing all the hits, Todd McFarlane. Take notes from the couch, of course. Pinless knees looking real good on this Hulkster. You know I'm here for that. Boot cut, of course. Ankles back, forth, side to side, up and down. The new ankle articulation, plus the toe articulation in tribute to Todd McFarlane. Yes, it's true. He might not have invented it, but he made it famous. That's right, Todd. You made it famous. Now, does he fit on a Mattel ringside collectible stand using discount code Kyle? Save 10%, wouldn't you know it? And you got to put that do-rag back on there to complete the look for the Hulkster. Not a bad piece of business, brother. I like this era of the Hulkster. An interesting one we've had similar to before, but always cool to get Ultimate Editions. And we know Hulk Hogan equals money. There's a lot of Hulksters coming out from Mattel, especially last year for 40th anniversary of Hulkamania. This year, we're already, 5 in already this year. So we're definitely going to do a top 5 at the end of the year. Have to imagine we'll see 5 more, but between WrestleMania, San Diego Comic-Con, and all points in between, I'm sure we'll have at least 10 Hulk Hogan figures this year. I just can't wait for the 40th anniversary of The Ultimate Warrior. Mattel, don't let me down. Don't let me down. My wallet is ready. But this one, not a bad piece of business. Hitting Target stores soon, in and out of stock on Mattel Creations. Pick it up wherever you want, whatever works best for you out there. Most people, I would say Target. There's always deals to be had at Target, and maybe a little bit easier, and free shipping if you're a red card performer out there, plus 5% savings. So got to get a deal at the end of the day, even if I didn't. But we do got other Hulk Hogan figures. This one I always kind of think very similar in the Elite style right here. Hulk still rules, a little bit different. I like that they went different, didn't do just a carbon copy right here. One thing I will say that is missing on this one and this one as well that I would have liked to have seen is some shades. It feels like these Ultimate Editions across the board, there's always one piece of business missing. Maybe it's a title belt, maybe it's a shirt, maybe it's something is missing. And for me, Hulk Hogan missing his glasses. I feel like they should have been in here. Not part of the course, though. Of course, we've had others you can mix and match. I know, but I feel like this should have came with a pair of glasses. 99% of the time, it feels like he has his glasses on unless he's actually wrestling in the ring. We do got more Hulk Hogans right here. Let's just pull them all out. Let's just have a bevy of beauties is what this is going to be. But a lot of them from the Ultimate line, Greatest Hits, Coliseum Collection, Fan Takeover, Mattel Creations Target, you name it, Greatest Hits. It's all out here. Hulkamania running extra wild here at the table with all these different Hulk Hogan Ultimates. Absolutely wild. Dare I say a power move by Mattel, forcing this many Hulk Hogans on us. But you know what? Not a bad day at the office at the end of the day. But what say you at the end of the day? What's your thoughts on this Hulkster? Is this a must-have? Do you need this in your collection? Let me know in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. You know how that rolls by now. We're dangerously close to 50,000 subscribers. Need your help to get there. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, of course. And of course, don't forget Patreon. Patreon, the best way to support this YouTube channel. And now, of course, as most know by now, the cat is out of the bag. Got my brand new book, The Complete Guide to the Original San Francisco Toy Makers, available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. Only about a little lot shy of 100 pages, so a quick read there, but it is a deep dive into the toy line, akin to my Classic Superstars book from about a year or so ago as well. If you are looking for it, Amazon, Barnes & Noble is the place to go, or reach out to me on social media or at TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, and we can get you a hardcover or softcover. Does include a bookmark and a sticker. A sticker! Yes, you heard it here first, if that is your thing. And of course, don't forget the brand new podcast here every single week on YouTube and wherever podcasts are found. It is The Kyle Peterson Show. Deep dive into all kinds of things. Make sure you do subscribe, rate, review, all that stuff people normally tell you to do. Getting long-winded, but there it is. That's the Hulkster. Don't forget Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and now on TikTok. So for Hulk Hogan, Ultimate, Target, Mattel Creations exclusive, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.